Hi. Oh my god. Hi. How we doing? Hi Raven. Hi Mango. Hi Jose. Hi Stargazer. Hi Animator. Hi Risu. Huh. Man, it's been forever since book club. Oh my god! I'm so excited. You playing Zenless? Good. Good. Yes, book club, book club. I like it. I was like, oh, why is there crickets? And I'm like, oh, maybe he meant like cicadas. Good shit, good shit. Yeah, hello, munching some food. Good shit. Yeah, get your snacks, get your drinks. Just with a hi. Well, yeah, I don't really have an intro anymore. Like, I don't know. I haven't really thought of one, to be honest. I could just come in and be like, hold on. Hey, what's good? Right? That seems pretty in character, I think. It has been 90 years since the last book club. It really has, though. It's been a minute, bruh. Oh, hold on, let me just... There we go. It's been a minute. That's why I had to do that, like, refresher stream for you guys and a little bit for me. Just to try and remember what the fuck was all happening. Very queen-like. That's what I thought. Imagine you're coming in the throne room, like, I have to ask the queen for, like, rations or gold or whatever to help the village, and you just come in, you're like, Your Majesty, and I'm like, huh, what's good? Not nearly down bad enough. Hi, Muffin. Welcome to book club. Doing good. Way less sicker over the weekend? Hell yeah, that's awesome. Good shit. I don't know what it is. I got, like, something in, like, my chest. Like, it's... I thought it was allergies, but, like, I'm, like, congested. Like, I don't know. That's not bloody Seth. I know. Oh, is it now? Is it not? Is it not? Yeah, I wish... Like, I feel totally fine. It's just every now and then when I'm talking, my voice will just be gone. Like, today at work, I was like, hi, and okay, yeah, how did you want your Chet? And, like, I couldn't, like, talk. My voice just left. I took some water. I'm like, how'd you like your change? Like, I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with my throat? Who took it? Where did it go? It's like I've been smoking for 80 years, you know? Probably listening to the most time very time. Oh, you're falling asleep. I got you. Yeah, no, take a nap. Get some honk shoe. It's very sappy energy. That NPCS line. Yeah, no. Book club is great. I like doing these because it's fun to read with you guys and talk about what's happening. But, like, it's also just a really good VOD to just kind of have in the background. Like, maybe you're trying to fall asleep and you want this to be your bedtime story. I don't judge. I'd like Higurashi to be my bedtime story. Maybe you have it in the background because, like, you're working on shit. I don't mind it. I think it's good. I like doing these a lot. What's wrong with my throat? Hugo Now who's doing? You started this! I was just saying I'm congested. Y'all brought it there. You did this to me. I'm so say-so. Why would you bring that up like that? How dare you? What's wrong with my throat? Gotta get some help from Madeline. I usually throat goat. I did, like, there was some comment I saw from Bill and he was just like, that isn't a throat goat. Tell her she's just a fucking goat. Eating all that shit. Just matching the Guna Coin. Oi! Oi! Sorry, I took it. I missed your voice. Aww. See, that's cute. Don't look at me. I'm innocent. Bruh. Who said it? Nah. Hold on, let me go back up. You did say it. Don't even say it wasn't you. There's actual evidence, antimatter. It was you this time. Okay. Whew. Alright. Anyway. Anyway. Shall we? Oh, I'm not sure why it's Higurashi when they cry Kai. I thought when I was, like, reading into these, I thought Kai was just, like, the final chapter, but I guess instead of being, like, Higurashi no Naku Koro ni, Higurashi no Naku Koro Kai, you know what I mean? Answer arc. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. I didn't see nothing. Baseless accusations. Wow. Y'all trying to gaslight me when chat is literally the evidence, like, right there? Oh my god. Hold on. Let me just scooch these, because it's like... There we go. It was, like, halfway on the screen. It was bothering me. It still seems really close to the edge. But, like... Ah, fuck it. It's fine. Didn't see what? Risu, not you two. Oh, wait. Can you see my mouse? You can. Hold on. Let me turn that off. It bugs me when you can see my mouse. Hold on. Okay, there you go. I think it looks just cleaner when you don't see my mouse bouncing all over the fucking place. Alright. Should we actually get into this shit? Are you... The answers. What? We read like 10 minutes and you're like, nah, I know everything. That was the answer. It's the goat thing. I've seen. I was there. He literally has no idea what we're talking. Yeah, we're starting. We're starting the fucking book. No more throat goat fucking Hugo sucking. That was a noise. Oh, beloved cutthroat. The eye-opening chapter. Ooh. Welcome to the world of Higurashi when they cry Kai. We finally reached the halfway point. From this viewpoint of the protagonist, try to find the truth behind the tragedy that unfolds. The difficulty is very high. It won't be easy to comprehend the motive of the perpetrator. Okay. She dropped her beads in the sand, so the girl cried. For 100 years the girl searched the sand. They might be in the ocean, not the sand, so the girl cried. For 100 years she searched the ocean. They might be in the mountains, not in the ocean, so the girl cried. How many years will pass before the girl wonders who dropped them? This is a work of fiction and resembles the actual person's organization is entirely coincidental. Fuck that laughter, I ain't about that. 7 keys were attached to the keychain. Without knowing which key was the correct one, I had to go by instinct and try every key one by one. On average, I'd reach the correct key within 3.5 attempts. 3.5? I'd be fortunate if I could open the lock within the first 3 keys. And I'd be unfortunate if I didn't. I had to think of the worst case scenario, getting the right key only on the very last attempt. I fought with my nervousness. My head ached from it. I put the key in and turned. I just needed to repeat that small procedure several more times, but I couldn't stop shaking. Damn. Even a 3-year-old kid can do something this easy. So am I more childish than a 3-year-old? Whatever. I don't care if I'm clumsy. I just need to try all these keys. Even in the worst case scenario, the lock will open on the 7th try. No way. Reality isn't always the same as math. What happened was worse than my worst case scenario. None of the keys worked at all. I could feel the blood draining from my brain. Did I get the wrong set of keys? No, I definitely see a faint marking that says this is the set for this door. Am I just reading it wrong? Should I go back to the key cabinet and look for the right one? That would mean a great loss of time. Just by being here, I'm already risking so much. Something could ruin everything and it might happen at any moment. If I can't open this lock, do I have to go back to the administration office? If there were no other choice, it'd be a waste of time to spend another second here. The administration office wouldn't necessarily be empty this time. Somebody might come in. I won't be able to look at the right key if that happens. I stood up quickly, as if electrified. I was almost in panic, and so felt the urge to move. My instinct pushed me. I have to go back there as quickly as possible. It's dangerous to be here, but it's also dangerous if someone comes into the administration office. I cooled my head, making it as chilly as possible to repress my fear. Calm down, Shion. Mion wouldn't panic in this situation. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Why don't I try the keys One more time. The next moment, I felt a faint vibration in the air. Somebody was walking some way in the hallway. If it were a normal situation, I would have known I wouldn't have run into them since the footsteps were very far away. But at that time, I couldn't think calmly. Shit. Why am I panicking this much just because of footsteps? Calm down. Calm down. I should be feeling excited instead. Calm down. Calm down. I just need to do what I have to do. I should ignore the footsteps because they're not an intimidating threat. Pretend they aren't there. I have to listen for something much more important right now. Shit. This key should be hard and cold, but it's palatable and hot. It feels like rubber. How could I stick this into the keyhole? Shit. It wasn't the key that was pliable. It was my fingers that were limp. Oh, shit. The key sprung out of my hand and fell to the floor. I shouldn't have made any sound because it was so pliable, but it made a tremendous metal noise as if somebody pushed over a cupboard. Cling! The sound almost stopped my heart. I felt dizzy for a while. I looked around afterwards to carefully see if I caused any disturbance to the surroundings. Calm down. Calm down. Nothing's changed. I don't hear anything. So, am I safe? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Wait. I don't hear anything. What about those footsteps in the distance? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Are they looking for me after they noticed the sound? Shit. What is that sound I'm hearing? Is my sweat dripping to the floor? Shut up. How could I hear the sound of my sweat? Calm down. Calm down. Calm the fuck down. I have to clarify. This isn't a prison or a detention center. It's a private school. Not a normal one, though. It costs a fortune just to get in. It's a boarding school that provides education from elementary school to university. Being for girls only, rather than a school, you could say it's a factory that manufactures ladies. Some of my classmates here have never even used public transportation. Really, it isn't normal. To me, saying, "How nice to see you," instead of just saying hi is already insane. And calling the teachers sisters, it just gives me the creeps. I hate the morning and evening prayers, to say nothing of Sunday Mass. I don't want to memorize the Bible passages, and the Holy Ghost gives me a rash. If I stayed in this institution, that's what I call it for this place, for many years, I'd either go crazy or be brainwashed. Most of the girls choose to be brainwashed, but I can't do that. After all, I was more impressed by the political schemes and international trade behind religious propaganda than by the love of God which the Bible teaches. Because of that, I've been treated as a problematic child from the beginning. I experienced lots of disadvantages as a result. I realized that quickly, so I superficially pretended to be normal. However, I got tired of acting, so I started to reveal my true self from time to time. I became a problem child once again. People started to treat me differently once again. It's fun to misbehave. But I wouldn't do anything for me in the long run. So why did I act like that? Why, even though I knew I was going to get backfired on later on? After examining my emotions, I realized that I completely had it with my surroundings. I was afraid of being brainwashed in this institution. I can't live here. I won't let them brainwash me. 6 months ago, I decided to escape this place. The moment I made up my mind, I started to feel alive again. I acted ladylike in order to deceive the sisters, pretending that I became fun once I set my goal. It gave me the creeps when they told me with smiles that it was God's influence that I started to behave so religiously. I laughed at them behind their backs. I took on my classmates' duties in order to understand the layout of the school, and the schedules of the staff and the guards. I soon found out that the security of the school was immensely tight, because there were many daughters of important people living here. The guards walked their beat randomly. There were surveillance cameras everywhere. The system that kept out intruders ironically also worked to prevent escapees. But that excited me instead. I simulated how to avoid all the surveillance in my head many times. I drew an escape route in the corner of my notes during class and tested if it worked. I strove to acquire the necessary skills for the escape. It was all fun. After all, the situation was cathartic for me. That's who I am. No matter how hard they tried to brainwash me, I'd never change. I'd been waiting for the moment of my escape, preparing physically and mentally. First, I needed the courage to escape. I had to be confident in the plan. I had to think deeply about it. I also needed skills and physical strength. I imagined all the possible obstacles and trained myself. It was funny because I was finally able to enjoy gym class. Even the long-distance runs. I needed a perfect plan, as well as the physical strength and skills necessary to execute it. Also supported by those things, I needed determination. I made sure that I had all that I needed and executed the plan. I decided to plant a seed in school before the appointment day. The seed was a rumor that one of the male teachers was having a relationship with a student. I won't go into details now, but that can turn into an enormous problem in this school. Oh shit. The school was limited to girls precisely because their parents want to avoid those kinds of problems. Those parents are mostly important people from various positions. If the romance was in fact what was leaked to the public, the principal would have to commit suicide in shame. In fact, even that might not be enough. In the world of girls, rumors spread fast, especially when they're separated from boys and are obsessed with dirty thoughts. So, this kind of rumor goes around really quickly. The sisters try to get rid of that kind of rumor, and they warn the students not to be swayed by it. But apparently, they're the ones who are most swayed by those rumors. This means that I managed to make them furtively deal with something shady without contacting families or authorities. So if I disappeared in these circumstances, it'd look like I ran away with some teacher. All the male teachers would deny it, of course. However, the school wouldn't believe that when they said it so easily. After all, there's a dirty rumor going around. By the time the school finds out about my escape, after they eliminate all other possibilities, I'll be somewhere safe. I tried hard to spread the rumor that I was involved in a forbidden romance as widely as possible. The sisters questioned me a few times, but since the romance was something I'd made up, they couldn't find anything. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find any evidence. And after 3 months, I was certain that I'd created a solid foundation. I swapped after-dinner duties with my classmates so that I could adjust my schedule on the day. I was even able to fill them with suspicion about me by doing that. Now they'll definitely suspect I ran away with some male teacher. Tonight was the night. I began my chores after dinner. After lights out, somebody will find out about my disappearance. My generous roommate would probably wait about 10 minutes before she reported me to a sister, but no longer than that. I had about an hour, tops. But that's enough for me. I took a step off my regular route. That was the first step toward my great escape. I calmed down and thought, the key shouldn't be wrong. This lock is old and firm. Isn't it possible that I put the right one in, but the lock was just stiff and I only thought I got it wrong? I realized that my nervousness was making me clumsy. The gloves that I was wearing avoid leaving fingerprints were getting in the way too. I should try the keys one more time. I picked the most probable one, gently inserted it into the keyhole. It's stiff. If I twist it too strongly, it might break the key. The moment I thought of giving up, I felt something at my fingertips. The key worked! I slowly opened the door. I could hear the crickets. I don't have to hesitate now, but somehow I'm reluctant to step outside. I can still make excuses up at this point. It might look awkward, but I still can. But if I take a step outside now, there can be no excuse. If the guards find me, they'll take me to the office immediately. There have been escape attempts before. That's not really so strange. I don't think I'm the only heathen here. It's understandable that there have been people before who couldn't fit into this place. So the school is well aware of the possibility of escapees. I've heard rumors about what happened to those who got caught while attempting to escape. I don't believe I want to believe any of those stories, though. Keep running, Shion. Freedom away. Yeah, right? You see, all the school's horror stories involve students who attempted escape. Whatever. Bring it on! Bring it on! Oh, shit. I'm not expecting to get a second chance anyway. There'll always be only one chance. Things get serious beyond this door. I psyched myself up and pushed the door open. A strong smell was hanging in the air. Is that normal for the outside? I'd never smelled this strong grassy smell before. Is there something going on? Do I have to be wary of it? Should I go back and wait for another chance? That's silly. There's nothing strange going on. The smell is something I smell every day. I just wasn't aware of it. It's true, isn't it? Even though I pretend to be cool, I'm nothing but a nervous wreck. Calm down. Calm down, Shion. I can rely only on the map inside my head from this point onward. I researched locations from all the surveillance cameras. I'm confident that I'll be able to avoid all of them. But I'm not sure about the guards. They pick their patrol routes randomly, after all. I have to take a chance. I can hide myself in most places, but there's an area where there's nowhere to hide for several meters. I concentrated to keep my senses keen. Well, I have to depend on my luck in the end. Even if I do my best, the guard might find me by mere chance. On the contrary, I might be able to get away no matter how unwisely I choose to move if I'm lucky. Damn. After all that effort, it just boils down to luck? This is a gamble after all. When I realized that, I got excited. Yes, this is a gamble. I'm trying my luck. This is the game to test the determination to change my life. If somebody failed to escape from the school, that meant they didn't have enough luck to survive in the real world. But I'm different. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm testing my luck. Here goes, Shion. I ignored the noisy bugs and concentrated only on suspicious sounds. I heard no threats. The loudest sound wasn't the bugs, it was my own heartbeat. Crunch. Even my own footsteps were so loud they could break my eardrums. With each and every step, my overactive imagination tormented me with premonitions of unexpected run-ins with the guards. Countless times the torture grew hard to bear, and I thought of running. But if I broke into a run, the noise I made would only draw suspicion. If anyone heard running at the time and place, then people shouldn't be, they would realize something was abnormal and happening. But if the footsteps they sure were just walking, they'd likely think nothing of it. Of course, I didn't plan on ever letting them hear Mother's footsteps. I tried to extend my senses to get as much information as possible. I didn't sense anyone's presence. It might have felt safer if I had heard a guard in the distance. I'm worried that my senses might not have keen enough to detect anything. Somebody might be right behind me, without me being aware of it. I didn't want to make any noise, so I stopped from time to time. It's like I'm constantly fidgeting, to stop or to run. Something within me urged to choose the either one. I couldn't choose to stop. I have to keep going quickly, stealthily. I'm already risking so much just by being here. Running, of course, would be absurd. I know that. The urge to run has continued to bug me. My head was filled with those thoughts as I went through the dangerous territory. I succeeded in passing through without running into anybody. I couldn't help but sit for a moment and exhale in the rotten air of my lungs. My negative thoughts vanished quickly. Just a little more to go. Just a little more. Just through that bush over there in the fence. That's what separates this place from the outside world. Once again, I strongly felt the urge to run. I suppressed that desire and carefully tackled the final step. The beautiful-looking fence didn't seem designed to prevent escapes. While I was worried about somebody might see me climbing the fence, fortunately it didn't happen. It's even possible that this fence might have a touch sensor. It's too late now. It doesn't mean anything now, since I'm already climbing it. From the top, the fence seemed about 7 feet high. I have to go down carefully, just like when I climbed up. I knew that logically, but I couldn't think that way anymore. I chose to jump off with no hesitation. Of course, I regretted my decision during the fall. I got scared because the flight was longer than I expected. I didn't land beautifully, but I fell on my butt. There was nobody around to laugh, and I didn't have the time to be embarrassed. I looked around to see if anybody heard my landing. Even the crickets weren't interested in the sound I made. I felt relieved. I looked at my watch. 5 minutes till 8 p.m. It was just a 15-minute escape. Putting a number into it really made it obvious how short it had been. Looking back, most of the time I was asking myself questions and hesitating. I guess I worried too much. But I can't help but to be relaxed just yet. There's no guarantee that I fooled the cameras. This place isn't a bank. There won't be a fire alarm going off, and even if the guards did see me, it's possible they're rushing this way right now. I can't enjoy the air of freedom yet. I hid myself in the darkness and waited. There's still time left until the rendezvous. I guess we're playing as Shion. That's kind of neat. Also, that whole, like, opening scene in the anime literally is, like, 2 minutes. Like, it's just showing her running through a courtyard and then jumping a fence. Like... Not anywhere around here, but we are. Off to a great start, oh boy. Right? I watched the school premises while waiting, but it looked like nothing strange was going on. The building was lit up, and the beautiful Western-style architecture made it hard to believe that it was a school. It should be armed with electrifying wires, searchlights, guard dogs, like a prison that it was. I thought I experienced a surge of school memories in a situation like this. But it didn't happen. That sort of thing only happens when you have good memories. I have no good memories of this school, so there's nothing to remember. But if I could pick a series of images to recall, it'd be the luxurious dinners that we got to have every night. A real one. She's thinking about the food. Salute. Kinda. I'm coughing a lot. I'm sorry. I try to mute quick enough when I have to cough. So my memories would be nothing but international cuisine. Japanese, Chinese, French, so on and so on. What the hell? That's just too funny. I burst into laughter. At that point, I heard a car approaching. I crouched in the darkness. The plate number is the same that I was expecting. That's my car! I jumped out and rushed to the passenger side, then opened the door and got in. Nice to see you, Shion-san. The driver was a man of early old age. He'd be angry if he heard me say that, though. He thinks I'm still middle-aged. He looked at my face and learned that I succeeded. He smiled. Ah, the air feels so fresh. I want to eat a burger for a start. I heard they serve excellent food at the school, but I suppose you were served nothing but gruel, huh? No way, dumbass. I was just kidding. Step on the gas if you have time to laugh at me. As you wish. Kasai really did laugh out loud after telling me to buckle up as he accelerated. The cathedral-like school disappeared from the mirror in an instant. It disappeared so quick that I didn't have time for a surge of dinner memories. Goodbye, my lovely school days. I'm gonna fill my stomach with junk food from now on. Oh, she's just like me, for real, for real. Such a manly voice, damn. I know. I'm a woman of many talents. I'll forever be free from the table manners you taught me. Ha ha! Serves you right. As we drove, the scenery began to change. Soon, we were surrounded by vast fields of crops and a few streetlights. It's just like us for real. It reminded me that this was just the countryside of Japan, not Europe. Are you hungry? Would you like me to stop somewhere to eat? Ah, that's alright, I already ate. I lied. I'm actually a bit hungry. I didn't eat much at dinner to avoid slowing myself down with a full stomach. I appreciated Kasai's offer, but I didn't feel like taking the time to eat while we were still the enemy territory. It's late, so you'll only find vending machines at the highway rest stops. Oh, I heard there were hamburger and Odin vending machines nowadays. Huh? What the hell? Will that dispense a cup of the ingredients like coffee and vending machine? That's so gross. Hahaha, I don't think it's quite like that. It usually comes in a can. Sorry. I can't stand canned food. Still? I thought you might have grown out of it. I haven't because I can't. Now shut up. Why are you laughing? Kasai chuckled. He must have been trying to help me relax. He usually isn't so talkative. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna get some sleep. How do I recline this? Look for the lever on the lower left part of the seat. Can you find it? Just reach up there, yeah. Nice. Thank you. Here it is. Here I go. Kasai laughed again. Did I do something funny? No. It's just the way you talk sounded like Mione-san. Well, obviously. Mione and I are identical twins. We're perfect copies of each other. When I react to something, so will Mione. When Mione reacts to something in a certain situation, I'll react the same way. How is this? I believe she's just fine. I only see her when I bring your father to the family consoles, though. That's right. She doesn't live in our parents' home anymore. She's living with that hag in Hinamizawa now, isn't she? She moved into the main house around the same time you started going to that school. I responded with a disinterest, even though I wasn't the one to ask about her in the first place. The main house is where Oryu, the current leader of the Somozaki family, lives. That's my grandma, who I call a hag. But when I use the phrase the main house, that usually means more than just a dwelling. What Kasai refers to is the same thing. Did she change? You mean Mione-san? Yeah. I think she has to have changed if she's living so closely to that hag. Kasai chuckled again. He knows I hate my grandma. I ate my grandma! I haven't noticed any I haven't noticed any changes. She's still the Mione-san, you know. Well, what about me? Did I change? No. Not at all. Kasai responded quickly with a smirk. I haven't seen him for a while, though. It's not fun if he answers so quickly. Sans affle. I glared at him, and then he burst out laughing. You haven't changed at all. That's admirable, since you've been in such a strict school for so long. Damn it. Laughing as much as you want. I'm gonna go to bed. There's a blanket in the back. Please make use of it. Thank you. I grabbed the blanket and rolled up in it. I'm exhausted, but I can't go to sleep. It's strange. Or maybe not. I must be tired from the escape. It's just that I'm still feeling tense. So I have to declare it once again, if only to calm myself. I'm sleeping. I totally am. Alright, it's the third time you've said that. Do I have to give you permission to sleep? You're talking too much. I can't go to sleep if you don't quiet down. I apologize, Princess. I'll keep it quiet. This interaction with Kasai reminded me of the old peaceful days in Okinomiya. Well, I don't really know if I can call those days peaceful. We were in the middle of the damn protest back then, after all. We all united together, and now that I think about it, we pulled a lot of pretty dangerous stunts. Basically, Saphy. Oi! Oi! If the authorities ever found out what I did, I'd never escape going to juvie. Well, at least half the people in Hinamizawa would be off to prison. We didn't think of them as criminal acts, though. It was war. It might also have been a festival. A festival where every person in Hinamizawa joined in together to protest. It was a struggle, but it was also fun. It was fun to throw stones at the SWAT team with everybody. We hid ourselves in somebody's home when they chased after us. We'd even go crowd around the police station demanding they release our arrested comrades. When we snuck into the construction site and sabotaged it, it felt more like we were playing at war than conducting one. I got so excited back then. I felt united with my fellow members, even though they were strangers to me, and that memory warms my heart. It sounds like America, oi. Yeah, except in Hinamizawa, the protests actually did something. As much as I would like them to do something here. Yes, the way it felt back then was like helping everyone to carry a sacred palanquin through the village, getting all sweaty and exhausted together, until we all collapsed face first on the ground and shared our excitement and cheers with unfamiliar faces over tea. I was just a kid back then. I remember accompanying young men who worked for my dad out to the village to do various bad things. I was arrested a few times. It didn't feel any different, though, than when I was called to the teacher's office for forgetting my homework. The other villagers were furious about the damn project, but for those of us who were kids at the time, it was a pretty fun memory. All that came to a sudden end a few years ago. It wasn't only the power of the protest that ended the dam construction project. The Sonozaki family and my dad's organization had to work secretly in the shadows. This is a top secret information in the Sonozaki family, but it's said that they may or may not have kidnapped the Minister of Construction's grandson in order to blackmail him. The grandson was found a few days after the abduction. He was found in the mountains of the Yoguichi. He didn't simply disappear, and he wasn't demoned away. That means some kind of deal was made secretly. A year after that, the dam construction plan was halted indefinitely. The police suspected the villagers' involvement and investigated, but they couldn't find any leads. The villagers never betrayed each other. They'd do anything to protect their fellow man. They fabricated fake alibis and fake evidence. It was easy to deceive the police. The car suddenly shook, snapping me out of it. I must have run over a bump or something. I suddenly realized my expression was a very happy one for some reason. I must be looking forward to going home. Shion-san, are you awake? What is it? Would you like me to take you to the house in Okinomiya? Where else would you be taking me? I answered straightforwardly with a frown. Kasai then also chose to reply straightforwardly. It was the family head who decided on your enrollment at St. Lucia, and you ran away from there. You do understand the situation you are in. The school the Hague chose didn't fit me, that's all. Shion-san. I know. Shut up. As the head of the Sonozaki family, the Hague's decisions are absolute. They're nothing like, say, the 3-second rule. Worse, the decision to confine me in an academy far away from the Sonozaki family was made before I was even born. Shion was the name they gave me. My sister, Mion, has the character that means demon in her name. That was to signify that she's the successor of the demons. In other words, she would be the successor to the Sonozaki family and its demonic bloodline. My name, Shion, has a character that means temple in it. That means that I was destined to take the veil and be confined in a temple. Thinking of that reminds me how much I hate this name of mine. For starters, the person known as Shion is an abominable being into the Sonozaki family, because it meant the family had 2 heirs. I don't have to cite the countless historical examples to explain. It's easy to imagine how that could prove troublesome for the succession. According to our long-held family traditions, one of the twins was to be strangled to death right after birth. Unbelievable, isn't it? What that means is that I have to be grateful just to be alive and breathing to this day. I heard the hag actually put her hands around my neck after I was born. I don't know what exchange took place that moment. Maybe some brave relative of mine managed to get her to stop. Or maybe she was in an extremely good mood that day. Then don't try and strangle me. We're twins. There are no apparent differences between us. But the first one out of my mom's stomach was named Nyon, and the second one drew the short straw and got named Shion. Everyone else was desperate to tell us apart, but we sisters just found that awfully ridiculous. There wasn't any difference between us. No one could tell us apart, even if we only swapped hats. We wondered why all the grown-ups were trying to see the difference. Well, our fun as twins didn't last forever. One day, they created an undeniable, clear distinction between Nyon and Shion. Nyon went to the main Sonozaki house to live with the hag and learn how to become the successor, and I was to be confined at St. Lucia's. I have no objections to Sis's inheritance. I used to be jealous, but now I feel like having to learn and follow the traditions would just make me even more tired. I feel kind of sorry for Nyon. So I'm not going to be a threat to the family, even if I'm back in Okinomiya. But the hag doesn't seem to think that way. She thinks of me as some kind of evil omen. That's why she wanted to keep me away from her. It doesn't matter to me. I don't want to see her face either. I don't care if she doesn't allow me to enter Hinamizawa. She can charge me with a 10,000 yen per step I take in there. But I want her to let me live in Okinomiya, where I grew up. When I was little, I was in Hinamizawa, but I don't remember it much. And I'm not very attached to it. I do have good memories from my elementary school days in Okinomiya. The town isn't very sophisticated, but I kind of like it there. If you go back to Okinomiya, somebody from the family will notice you, and then they'll report you to the main house. Are you worried the hag will hear about me? Yeah, that might be a problem. I hope you understand the situation you're in. What? Kasai? Are you telling me to go back to that awful place? No, I'm not. What I'm trying to say is, you want me to know whether I'm prepared or not. I just hope you understand what might happen. Well, I know what you mean. You'll be held responsible for helping me escape if things go bad, right? You should caress your pinky finger while you can, Kasai, before they take it from you. You should be looking forward to rolled up in the futon mat and thrown in the Onigafuchi swamp in that case. Maybe they'll send you to the torture room in the garden. I heard there's a big torture room in the main Sonozaki house. I've never seen it, though. I heard they used to torture and kill enemies of the village in there. It's just awful, really. I hope I don't end up as a victim in that place. Okay. Everything's gonna be alright. You really do resemble your mother. In a way that take chances, I mean. Well, that's normal. She is my mom. My dad and mom will be furious if they find out about my escape. I'm more afraid of them than the hag. I don't want to go into details, but my dad is part of the Yakuza. He's in charge of the organization which covers the Shishibone area. He's in a very important position. Famous last words, right? So is Kasai here. He's an old friend of Dad who really trusts him. I don't know if this is true, but I heard Kasai used to be very aggressive, though he's really gentle now. I also heard he has tons of scars. He was in charge of a few large areas, but after he was injured badly in a fight, he retired. Now he's my dad's consultant, aka drinking buddy. He was my caretaker in my childhood, and now I feel like he's a butler. At first, I thought my dad asked him to supervise me, so I hated him. But in time, I started to feel like he was on my side. And this is just a hunch, but I think Kasai used to be in love with my mom. My dad, mom, and Kasai were in a love triangle, though my dad took the lead in the end. Kasai couldn't leave my mom entirely, so he stayed around to be my dad's friend. I can tell that from the way he acts. He's seeing my mom and me. That's why he says I look like my mom every now and then. It kind of gave me the creeps at first, but he isn't a bad guy after all. He's actually pretty funny. I only found that out after I got used to him, though. So when I thought about escaping, I naturally turned to him. I contacted him at an early stage of my plan and arranged to meet him today. You could call him a conspirator. It's not surprising he's worried about my return to Okinomiya. Considering the rules and traditions, cutting off his pinky finger isn't too far from reality. I might be rolled up in the futon mat and thrown into the swamp for real, too. Even so, there's only one place for me to return to. I'm going to Okinomiya and nowhere else. That's my hometown. This might be kind of a homesickness, but I don't care what it looks like. He looks rather suspicious. Yeah, is it the glasses? So, what are you gonna do? The Sonozaki family is everywhere. Well, I'll lay low for now. If somebody sees me, I'll tell them I'm my own. Then what? Then, after things calm down a bit, I'll start talking to my closest relatives. I know they'll be on my side. I know some people who covered for me when I had a fight with my dad once. I see. You're trying to create a fait accompli so that the Sonozaki main house will have to accept you later on. I hope that works. It will! There were many people who were opposed to the idea of enrolling me in that school. That decision was obviously made because of the hag's hatred towards me. Don't you agree, Kasai? Well, yeah. I thought the decision was excessive. She couldn't make the right decision because she was suffering from menopause. All the fuss surrounding that damn protest drove her nuts. Kasai smiled. I couldn't go to sleep after all, even though I rolled up in that blanket. Even though I told Kasai to shut up, I kept talking to him. In time, I got tired of talking. As I could feel the car run smoothly on the highway, Kasai spoke to me again. Shion-san? Look. I was so tired that I ignored him. I wondered what he wanted me to look at, but I wasn't that interested. Yet, I opened my eyes slightly and saw a sign quickly pass by. Kasai probably wanted me to see that sign. I had an illustration of azaleas around the letters that he said, "Welcome to Shishibone City." My hometown's coming right up. Chapter 5. Meakashi. Oh, do I have to click? I was just waiting for it to fade. Oh! Are these like the starring people? Keiichi Maibara, Reina Ryugu, Mion Sonozaki, Satoko Hojo, Rika Furude. Ah. Satoshi Hojo! Shut. Be cool, be cool. Jiro Tomitake, Kyosuke Ire, Rumoko Chie, Kurado Oishi. Hey! I wasn't done reading! The cast members! Oi! Higurashi, When They Cry. Kai! Brought to you by the 7th expansion. Welcome to Hinamizawa. I'm wondering where you are and what you are doing now. Are you at the other side of this blue sky? Finally get to hear this fucking song. Oh my god, that's the end of the chapter. Oh, makes sense. I should have known. Ayo. Goodbye, sister. You broke out of that prison. I'm wondering where you are and what. I fucking love this song. Let's go! Hell yeah. It's kind of like opening credits. Yeah, they did that. That's cute. It's cute. Come on, come on. Where you are and what you are doing now. Are you at the other side of this blue sky? Oh, this is such a good... Shut up! I'm trying to listen! God, these fucking vehicles! I swear to God! I'm gonna cut their tires. All of them. I'm so excited. We are so back, right? Oh my god. This is like one of my favorite soundtracks in Higurashi. Of course it plays on this book. The book that's about Shion. This is like her song. Oh, God. How we feeling, though? Chapter 1. Chapter 1 was only an hour long. Oh my god. That's alright. With my throat being so fucked up, I'm kind of happy it was a little shorter. Sorry. Not sorry. Wait, we finished the chapter? Yep, we finished the first chapter. All done. It's great so far, right? Did you guys expect that, though, to be, fucking Mion's point of view? Or, not Mion, Shion's point of view. Sorry. I'll be honest, like, I thought it was gonna be her point of view, but then I couldn't quite remember, but hell yeah. We get to see Keiichi's paranoia from the outside. I can't wait. Nope. You kind of did, but at the same time, kind of not. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, no. It would have made sense to do Keiichi again, but, like, at the same time, seeing as how these are the answers, we do need to see it from an insider's perspective. So this is going to give us an answer to one of those questions once we get to the end. I'm so excited for this one. If I remember right, this is going to answer how did Keiichi talk to Shion after she was dead. I think that's what this one's going to answer, but I don't remember 100%. So happy about book club? Me too. I'm excited to be back doing book club. I'm just so happy to be here. This is a banger, right? Right? Like, I know we were talking about it at one point, but like, when we get to the very end and I finished the last book of Higurashi, how I wanted to do something super special, I thought about like doing a cover of this song, because there is a vocal version of it. So like, fingers crossed, maybe I'll do that. I'm definitely gonna do some art pieces, I think. I don't know what else I'll do. I know, fucking Anna Alouette, she did something that I'm not gonna do. I don't have that much, like, talent, skill, whatever the fuck. But she did a whole concert featuring a whole bunch of the Higurashi openings and stuff. Please, 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 please. Really? You be down to, like, hear me sing? Or are you down for the art? That makes more sense. Yeah. No, it would be fun. I still need to do a cover. I do have one song that I've already picked out that I am going to do a cover for. I don't know when it's going to release. You know, don't hold me to it or anything. But, like, I do have one that I really want to do. Yes! There is, like, a cover that I am planning on doing sooner rather than later. But it's still in the planning stage. So, you know, don't hold your breath for it just yet. Not just yet. But there is something that I am uploading tomorrow. It's not a cover. But, I did make a little thingy for Vampire Checkmate. It's really short. It's like 40 seconds, but like, I don't know. I kind of look at it as like a proof of concept. It's just a little itty bitty something about Salem. It's a butt? Nah, you wish. But yeah. So I hope you look forward to that and check it out. It's going up tomorrow at, I think, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, like, I was kind of aiming to, like, try and get around lunchtime, at least for me. So, I hope you like it. It's just an itty-bitty little thing, but, like, you know. I gotta start getting Vampire Checkmate out there. Because, like, I also really want to start selling merch. I don't know how many people would want merch, but, like... I know Pliskin wants something with Salem's face on it, but you know, man, I haven't seen Pliskin in a while. Let's go, yeah. So, yeah, I worked on it. I think it's kind of cool. I hope you'll like watch it and give it a like and all that good shit. It's going up on YouTube, and then it's gonna go up on Twitter like 5 minutes after. So, But yeah, that's kind of all I had to talk about today. Other than that, I am streaming tomorrow, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be starting Crystar. Yay! It's one of my all-time favorite games. I hope you look forward to it. Alright, guys. If I don't see you in the next one, I will see you when I see you. Okay? Okay. Y'all have a good night. A good evening. Bye-bye.